Today's episode of Turn 5 Turnaround is being brought to you by Booze Brothers Performance, Semco Village Mart, Auto Racing Club of Hagerstown, D&D Auto Recycling, Sales Whitetails, Kids Outdoors, Hoosier Tire Mid-Atlantic Modifieds, Need a Sign, Outback Motor Speedway, Walrus Signs, and West End Baptist Chapel.
This is why we can't have nice things. That's just great.
Walter, what is on your feet?
Please, everyone, try to make it out to Hagerstown Speedway on Saturday night, May the 5th. You will not want to miss it for the annual Frank Sagi tribute this year with special guest Buddy Armel, along with many, many other legendary drivers from the past. You don't want to miss it. See you there.
I'm Roy Anderson from Winchester, Virginia.
I'm Jimmy Spence from Winchester, Virginia.
I'm Ronnie Dehaven Sr. from Winchester, Virginia.
I'm Junior Boone from Winchester, Virginia.
Hello, I'm Alan Sagi. Welcome this evening. We're sitting down here with four legendary gentlemen that helped carve the history of racing in the Virginia and Maryland areas. Hope you enjoy some of the stories we have to tell tonight. We're going to tell a few stories about the legendary Buddy Armel with the race coming up at Hagerstown Speedway to honor Buddy on Saturday night, May the 5th. Hope everybody can be there. It's the Frank Sagi tribute with special guest Buddy Armel, honoring my father, Frank Sagi, and Buddy Armel. Well, coming to you from the race shops of Roy Anderson Race Cars in Winchester, Virginia. I've got four gentlemen here this evening with me that have a lot to do with the history of auto racing in the Virginia and Maryland areas. These guys have won numerous races, thousands of laps around the racetrack, and they have a lot in common. But one thing that they do have in common, they are all tied to Buddy Armel with their racing careers. Each one of these gentlemen will have similarities with Buddy in different ways, but all their racing careers have been racing with and against Buddy Armel, the legendary Hall of Famer who we're going to be honoring at Hagerstown Speedway on Saturday night, May the 5th, with the Frank Sagi tribute with special guest Buddy Armel. We'd also like to send out a special get well to Buddy. We understand he had a little accident where he fell down on Friday, but I understand he's doing much better, and we wish him nothing but the best for him and his family, and look forward to seeing him on May the 5th. This evening, the gentlemen we have here, got Junior Boone, Ronnie Dehaven Sr, Jimmy Spence, and Roy Anderson. Like I said, all four of these fellas raced with Buddy over the years. Jimmy, you're a little different. You probably don't even realize it, but you probably have a record nobody else in the world has. You're probably the only guy never been beat by Buddy Armel. Because you only raced with him one time, right?
Yeah, but he didn't beat me that night.
That's what I mean. He didn't beat you.
That's right.
You got a perfect record against Buddy Armel. You other three guys can probably say Buddy Armel, you saw his back spoiler many times. Yeah.
I ran unlimited. It was 100. I think it was a Winchester 100 or a 200. And I started 20th, and he started outside pole in that little car. And him and K-Stack just missed it. I mean, he was just terrible. I was riding along there, and I got up through there, and next thing I looked up, he was the next car to pass. I said, drove up underneath that going into 3, and that dude, you could hear him open that gas up, and he come down, it was about the 48th lap of the fuel stop, and hit me in the side. You couldn't even see out the right-hand side of mine. I mean, he hit me with his nose. After we stopped for fuel, he come over and said, "What'd you run into me for?"
Which had to be pretty neat for you, because I know Buddy was your hero.
Oh yeah, we hung around a long time.
You hung out and you helped on his car, on his crew for many years before you started driving.
Yeah.
So you were more or less a protege of Buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I never was as good as him.
Well, I don't know about that. It worked out pretty good for you. You started in the street stocks and you won races. You went to the limiteds, you won races. You went to the super late models, you won races, and championships also. So I'd say you must have paid pretty good attention.
Well,
You must have picked up something along the way.
I guess.
Yeah. Then also, I guess the last time you raced against Buddy was when they had the Legends race at Winchester Speedway. Would you come back after being out of the seat for several years and you won the race?
I started on the outside pole, or I started on the pole, and then Buddy started sixth, and he passed us going in the first corner.
Buddy practiced.
But he didn't make it.
2 months.
Yeah, he
2
practiced
months
2
for
months.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
Winchester.
Yeah.
Every week he'd take Tommy's car out.
Oh, yeah.
Practice.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, yeah, you've been practicing on all of them. So they said, no, I ain't been practicing. I ain't been practicing. He was bound determined he was going to win that race.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in fairness to him, he was probably the oldest gentleman in the race.
No,
Him and Red drove too, didn't he? Yeah.
He passed all, me and Ralph going in down the front straightaway, but when he got in that corner, he didn't make it.
He was in there a little high. But you know, he probably hustled her in like that many times over the years and made it. Yeah. So you probably have a record no one else ever has.
Yeah.
That Buddy Armel never beat you.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get another tomorrow on it.
Yeah. He may want to race you again.
Yeah.
Well, Junior, I know back in the day, there was a big rivalry between you and Buddy Armel.
Well,
You were a lot different than Jimmy's situation. You know, you carried the banner for the Ford fans back in the 70s. And tell us a little bit about the rivalry and the connection with Buddy.
well, actually I got lucky. I had a man that'd been around for a while, which was Junior Hartman. And he just bought this car off of Clinton Masters' brother. Warren Phelps drove it then. Remember that car?
Yeah.
Number
12
12?
car.
Right down the road from there.
And it handled good. It was good. So I jumped in a car that all you had to do is make and push the gas. But
Somebody still has to get the job done now.
a lot of it wasn't between me and Buddy. It was a lot of it.
The fans.
When the grandstand.
Ford
Yes.
and Chevy.
Ford and Chevy.
Back then, there was a real big rivalry between the Ford and the Chevy
Oh
fans.
Lord.
Buddy was winning a lot of races, so I guess the Chevy people, you know, sided with him. And here you come along challenging him.
Yeah. Because Buddy actually gave me my first far seat
Is that right?
when I first started racing.
I'll be
And
darned.
I remember when Buddy Armel started racing in the 500 car for Linden Boone.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Him and Bob drove
Yeah.
for Columbia Master number 12. They were some good racing there.
They took
That was
time
right
to
down
ride.
over the hill.
Yes, sir.
And then he got that ride in the other car. What was that guy's name?
20?
He really started winning some races.
Who's that?
Don
Long.
Long.
20
Long.
car.
The man showed me a picture of that the other day when Buddy was in the
Upside
air,
down.
upside down. But Buddy's head, actually Buddy was too big for the car. He was dangerous. It was dangerous.
Yeah, he was lucky something like happened to Clem didn't happen to him when he was, 'cause, I mean, he upset that thing more laps than he did keep it on the ground. Man,
Fearless,
he had a terrible time with
But
that
there
car.
was a car that had more motor
Oh.
than it had.
Right.
Just like
Those cars looked like they handled a little bit evil back at that time.
Oh,
of day.
Randolph, he had the same thing.
And they threw the
Yeah,
motors to
Buddy
them.
drove that car too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were animal motors. Jesus.
But yeah, we had some good rivalries. We raced pretty close a lot of times. We had the owners talking to each other, but these guys got stopped. We was tearing them up in the warm-ups.
Oh, my.
Beating each other a little bit. Remember
That is a rivalry. Yeah.
Silver Fox and the Mud Duck.
Yeah.
Boone
Yeah,
was the Fox and Buddy was the Mud
You're
Duck.
okay.
Ronnie, I heard that you drove a car for the Nichols family back in those days. And going back to your story there about the fox and the mud duck, there was something on the roof of your car. What was that all about?
They put that Tasmanian Devil on,
Hanging on the
that was
roof?
next car. That was, yeah.
I drove that car too.
Yeah, that 7 car.
There you go.
Them old boys built that car in the garage, and they put that Tasmanian Devil on top of the car with a duck in this hand and a fox in this hand. and I got pictures of it. It was really just a homemade car. Of course,
Ran well.
Yep, Junior's car, Buddy's car, all them cars. Hey, we worked on them in the garage.
Well, we didn't have a garage up at Nick's.
No.
He worked
no.
on Eels Motors.
Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
Table.
Is that right?
Yes,
Where he
sir.
assembled
When I
every
drove
little
one,
kit.
I had the garage.
Yeah, well, you lucky.
You're right.
We worked on the outside.
He used to get, John Drummond to do the machine works, and
Yeah.
Lee would give him a camshaft every now and then. He put that thing together on his kitchen table.
Leftover stuff. But it was,
That's
I
all
mean,
it
it
was.
run good.
Yes,
Ran well.
It run good, but it wouldn't handle with the tank.
I remember Buddy loaded that S3 up down there one night. I can't even warm us. I don't know who was driving that car then, but anybody let him drive it. And he run 2 laps in the heat race and blew the guts out of that thing. He come pulling in, he said, anybody else got a shovel? I'm blowed up
Yeah.
tonight.
One more, I thought he blew up 3.
Maybe it was
I
3.
think it was 3.
I knew he said it. He got a shovel. Won't be blown up.
Everybody else got them Chevrolets in here, they want me to work on
But you
them.
know who drove that car, don't you? Al Brennan drove that number 7.
Oh, there was a lot of
There was,
I believe Ralph Davis drove it for a while.
Ralph Davis drove it.
Yeah.
Ralph
Beside you and Ronnie.
Ray Doble drove that car.
Is that right?
Because when we had a funeral,
That's a
Nick
good list.
had 6 of us in the car.
Is that right?
And I'm gonna tell you a little story there. We was behind the hearse. Buddy was driving the car and all of us was in the car, you know, the Allbirds. Buddy says, let's run into that son of a bitch and get all of us get out square up and down. He backed in. I swear to God, he said.
Only Buddy.
Yeah.
Well, how did the boys take that Tasmanian devil on the roof? Were you a little unpopular with Junior and Buddy at that time?
Oh, well, hell, we was all, everybody
Everybody was
was
friends.
friends. Everybody gives anybody anything.
Yeah.
And it was good, right? That old car, Nick's would run. It was competitive
Yeah,
as hell.
Yeah, I knew that was a good car to
He
buy.
could build a good motor. He could
Oh,
build a good
yeah,
motor.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the fans, they eat it up.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
He might have had $3,000 worth of putting about 30,000 in them today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you run for the purses actually better than it is now.
As far as money spent and what you got back.
Yeah, return on your money. I mean,
Yeah.
them guys, they actually built them cars to make a little money back then.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they made a little money racing. A little hard to do that today.
Ooh,
I think old Lee's was about the only one around here that made his money racing.
Consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
His cars ran so well.
And everybody drove that car with one of them.
Oh, yeah.
And there's only 3 of them as I know of.
You can still talk to Charlie Bill today.
Little Beeler drove a 3 car.
Yeah.
The one year that one of them won 30, Buddy won 34 races, he won
33.
33. But Charlie Bill will argue up and down that I won 34 and Buddy Armel won 33.
Well, I got the opportunity to drive S3 one time.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, everybody wanted that opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got lucky. You remember it, Roy?
Winchester 200.
I got to drive one
Yep,
time to the
Winchester.
Concord.
Is that right?
200.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
And,
neat.
Lee had that new March car, and John said, let's take both down there, and Buddy said, yeah, let's take both cars down, March car and the old Greg Deach car.
Yeah.
Greg, that Camaro. So he said, if something happened to one, they'd have the other one there.
There you go.
I didn't qualify on Friday night. If y'all don't want to take it back, don't matter. Well, no, you'll start on the pole, take it back.
Yeah.
They took it back on, it was Sunday then, I guess, probably, daytime, yeah.
This was a 200?
Yeah.
Yeah, there would have been a daytime
Yeah,
race
when
back
went
at that
up
time.
to 200.
Yeah.
Well, that car, I didn't know a lot about what a good handling race car was.
You learned that day, didn't you?
But that old 67 Camaro that Deach built on a daytime racetrack, there was no movement. That thing was just like he was on asphalt.
Yeah.
And we run, I don't know, the B-man might have been 25 laps or 20 or something. Well, Buddy was in the pits and had a yellow. Well, he had a weight jacker in that car
I remember
where
that.
he could crank the left front.
Left rear.
Yeah, left, but the front of the left rear spring, that monolith,
Yeah.
so he could crank it down. Well, I go by, Buddy doing like this. Want me to go down
Two turns.
turn. Well, here I am sitting in that thing, I got stuff behind my seat, trying to reach it up. And here this big lever was out here.
Yeah.
And it was on chain drive.
Yeah.
He went like this. Well, I reached out there and got a hold of it, and I could go, I couldn't move. I
They turned a little hard, huh?
You know, long arms did, strong it is. I was done. So, at a caution with a couple to go, he walked out there. Did you turn it down? I said, no, I can't turn it down. My arms ain't strong enough. So he reaches in, and round he goes a couple times, 4 or 5 laps left. And I mean, I actually won the non-qualifier race.
And that helped the car.
And yes, sir. That thing was unbelievable.
I'll be
It
darned.
really was.
And then Greg Deeth, he
Greg
built
Deeth.
asphalt cars.
Right.
So it makes sense where his car would work really good in the daytime on a black hard
He was
track.
rich.
Down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buddy Armel come up there and set it on scales and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I remember all
That was a good old car. They won a load of races.
That
That
guy
guy.
worked for Savakis and left Savakis.
Right.
Was that?
He got the first
And
car.
Buddy Lee had bought that brand new March car, and he wanted to take both cars down there.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Well, that's neat you got to drive the S3.
Oh, yeah, that was a privilege of a lifetime.
Darn right, that's one you marked down.
Yeah.
How about you, Roy? You got to drive the S3 one night too?
Atomic one time, they was down there.
Yeah.
And we was battling for the championship. It was Pete Cameron battling. And actually, I broke on it before they ever took the green flag. So I jumped out and I waved. I think Junior Feathers actually was driving. He pulls in, I get in the thing. Of course, Junior's 6'6", and here I am. They did give me enough time to get in it, and I drove it. I think I finished third, but I ended up winning the championship.
It got you enough points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I guess they kind of were repaying a favor to you because I think you let Buddy drive your car.
Yeah, Buddy drove
for
the 3.
points when he was driving the S3 and needed a little help.
Yeah. And then we talk about uniforms. First time I ever drove a race car in my life, I towed it down with a tow bar, and I used Junior's far suit.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, we all had to switch clothes.
He took his uniform off, he put it to me, and I put it on in that one. First time I ever drove a race car. First time, I towed it down there with a tow bar, along with Buck Carpenter and up in Gore.
Well, you started in the old 6-cylinder hair division.
Right, yeah.
And then went to the Challenger division,
Right,
which you
right.
turned out to be the king of that for a while.
Yeah,
And then moved up to the late models.
yeah.
So you
I
raced.
think you won every race at Hagerstown one year, didn't you?
Oh, it sure did seem like
Didn't
it.
win
If he
them
didn't
all,
win
but
them
I
all,
won
it was darn close. Yeah.
It was legal too.
We had won quite there for like 7 or 8 in a row. We done won like 7 or 8 in a row. A guy walked up to me one night and he said, "Hey, Roy," he said, "what's second pay?" I said, "Oh, no, buddy, I ain't never run second."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That sounds like something he learned from Buddy too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us some stories about racing with Buddy. I know you had to have a night or two where something happened that
The
kinda
last one
stands out.
time Buddy and I ever raced, him and I were battling. I mean, we were battling. I don't know where it was, second, third, fourth, whatever. We battled. And on the white flag lap, Buddy come in that corner, and I'm telling you, he run about like you, up over the door, up over the fender,
Yeah, I got
down
this.
across the nose,
Uh-huh.
and he finishes, and I finish behind him. So we get out right, and we're down through there. I'm walking through the pits or something. He said, "Come here. So I'm gonna tell you something. I just give you a driving lesson, and I ain't gonna charge you for it." And I never got to race against Buddy after that, because I said, "Buddy, if we ever race again, I'm definitely gonna return that." But never got to race.
It would probably been smart not to anyway.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when racing was fun.
It was fun. You're right.
Oh, racing was fun. Like Lee, when we built that Challenger car, Lee actually gave us that Camaro. He gave me that car, and we built it. My brother and I built that car in the shop back there.
Yeah.
And Lee built the motor for us.
Oh,
We
okay.
actually bought the motor off Tink Rinker, and Lee and my brother put that motor together. And old Lee says, "Boys, I've got the camshaft for that motor."
He had
He
it.
goes upstairs, here he comes down, this thing's wrapped up in a towel.
Yeah.
He takes that thing over there, brings that thing over at the vise, puts that thing in the vise. First thing he does, he gets a grinder. Grinds every number off front of that cam.
So you guys wouldn't be able to duplicate it.
Then he puts it in.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it must have had a little magic because I know you
Yep,
did a
that was
lot
a
of
good,
good ones, a bunch of races.
yeah.
Back in the day when they used to run the Waynesboro big race and the Winchester 200, that's what it was called.
Yeah, they called that what the Virginia Lovers
Yeah.
200 back in the day.
I was around a long time. I never seen Lee get excited. I never.
No, he was always pretty calm.
One time over Hagerstown when they got into it over that. What's that guy's name in that?
Goodland. with the 338 car.
He got a little excited that night. But we were standing up there at Waynesboro, and it was like, I think he run 200 laps?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Buddy did this thing about 150 laps, and I mean, there was nobody to run with him. We were standing coming out of too.
Yeah.
And old Lee was standing there, and he had his arms crossed. He said, I think the old boy's getting a little high. Go around there, run 4 or 5 more laps, and he said, I think the old boy's getting a little high. And that was that one car in all them races. He come off there and got up against the guardrail where they come on the track and planted. Remember they planted that thing down there?
Oh, destroyed that car, didn't they?
Just destroyed it. And he was way ahead.
No kidding.
He stood there and he said, I told you the old boy was getting a little too high.
He still didn't get excited. And I guess he knew Buddy won a lot of races for him by gutting it out.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a little extra.
Willie put that car back together up there at Dwayne's Frame and Axle. Me and K-Stack, because he fixed it all up again.
Willie's dead now, ain't he?
Yeah.
I think.
It's strange how cycles go around. Like I drove the one car, I drove Hartman's car one time on the east side. They had one of the big race down the east side. And I drove the one car because Ralph couldn't make it.
Okay.
And then we sold Ronnie the 300 car one time. He bought the truck, the mall, the old truck, car, and everything.
Yeah.
You know, but we were down there in Arthur's car, in Arthur Hartman's car. So I come in afterwards and I'm like, man, this thing, it steers to the right. So they worked on the front end trying to get it going right. So I was running somewhere in the back, I don't know. I was terrible. I mean, that thing steered to the right so bad I couldn't steer it. So I pulled off the track. As soon as I pulled off the track, they had one heck of a wreck. I mean, a wreck must have took like 15 cars.
Oh my.
So we come in the pits and here they are. They're trying to change the caster on the thing right. And I'm like, well, let's try to put some split caster. We worked on the thing. It was a red flag. Of course, then you can work on red flag, you know. We worked on that thing there for about a half an hour while they was trying to clean up all them cars. I think there's only like 8 cars left.
Oh my.
So I went back, I finished probably 7th or 8th.
Hey.
They tore up everything. I mean, they had a wreck and just destroyed everything there.
Wow.
But I had just pulled in, I'd have been right in the middle of it.
Used to be kind of a rivalry back in those days too between the East Side cars and the Winchester cars. Yeah, it was like 2 separate groups. But everybody ran together really tough because when the Winchester cars went down there, they were tough. Buddy won quite a few races down there. And then when they came up here, they won some too, right? Ray Doble, Tommy Bear.
He won a race down there one time in that same car, and he rolled him up on them scales, and he was light, probably about 10 pounds. And me and K-Stack and us were standing over here, and K-Stack reached around and handed me a bag of tools, and I put them on the pack because they rolled him off to roll him back on. Put him back up there, and he was like 25 pounds over. He would have been disqualified that night.
Wow.
You know, Al Gore's watching this. He got canceled and take out, went away from him.
I guess I could be prejudiced, but in my time, I've been around all the time. I was around when Junior drove the Hartman car because it was right down the road from me.
Yeah.
I feel like Buddy Armel, before they went to all the rack and pinions, just power steering, he was the best.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I don't think anybody will argue with you there.
him and Ronnie McBee. I felt like them two were two of the best.
Him and who?
around. Ronnie McBee.
Right, yeah.
But you got to stop him, Jimmy. He had a whole lot more experience than that.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I mean,
He
he
raced
drove,
everything.
like I say, he drove for at least
Sure.
off the best.
Yeah.
That makes you look good.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean,
not
I
take
think-
nothing away from him.
No, but
you
I
gotta
think
stop
he was, him and Ronnie McBee, and then you moved up and got into the Ronnie McBee era and Denny Bumbrake era. Those guys were
And
good.
Rodney Franklin came
Ronnie
along.
Franklin come along, that was all
Don't forget
that
about
power
Sam Nally.
steering.
Sam Nally was
Sam Nelly won a bunch of
Real
races.
tough back then.
Right.
That's when they was going to school for setting up chassis. Back in the day, man, we didn't have it like that.
There was nowhere to
That
go.
old
You was on your own.
55, 56 Chevy, the first one you had was
Well,
built
there
like
ain't no such thing as scales. You
No.
put a jack underneath the rear end, jack it up and
With
see what
socket.
Block
yeah,
like that. You
and
had
see
that,
what
you had
wheel
wedge.
pump that was. You got that.
Didn't know what Stagger was.
That's
Didn't know what
what I say,
offset
it's
was.
just, it's so much different now than what it was back in them days.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with
Everybody
racing
worked on
today.
their cars, they went to a junkyard, got their parts, come back, fixed them up.
Everybody was kind of on their own.
I had a car when I was in high school. You know, that told you how much I
Is
had.
that right? You
I
raced when you were in
started
high
when I was
school.
in 11th grade school.
I'll be darned.
There wasn't no roll.
Yeah, number 75.
Yeah.
I've seen
I know
these
you
folks-
started pretty early too, didn't you, Ronnie?
Well,
He helped me.
tried to. I
Yeah.
helped Boone. I was helped Boone and Vandermeer on that car.
Is that right?
We all
That's
of
something.
us didn't know anything.
No.
No.
I've seen Lee Stoltz
But we was learning.
Yeah.
draw one of his model sprint cars, modified whatever, on the floor of his garage out
Really?
there, and build off of what he drew.
One of those super modifieds. Yeah.
And built that car off what he drew on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Innovations would have changed racing today. That's what's wrong. Back then, it was innovation, but it was done by engineers.
And everybody's
all
car was a
stuff.
little different.
You built everything yourself. You built this. Some guys had a theory by preloading the right front. Some guys had to build
Oh,
it
yeah.
flat. Some guys had to don't put too many bars in it. Yes, you did it back then, trial and error. Today, it's all innovation.
But I mean, Buddy won in the newer cars.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Races, you know,
Absolutely,
wasn't
right up to the end.
Sure,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
You know who the best chassis man around Winchester was? And probably still is.
Who's that?
Chuck Brown.
Yep, yeah, that's right.
Probably Roy.
Well, I'm telling you,
What's
Chuck,
that now?
Depends who you ask. If you ask Roy, he'll probably say Roy.
Well, I'd say
Front
him.
end.
What out of here? What'd you say?
what do you think, Spence?
Oh, yeah.
Front end.
They're seeing the best chassis man around Winchester.
Chuck.
Chuck was very educated.